Now, yesterday we did tell you that we'll be launching a documentary, Justice for Victory TISA. It's one of News Central's special investigative pieces that follows the alleged defilement of a 12-year-old and her experience with the Nigerian police. In this report, our special correspondent on investigative journalism, Marshal Anthony Onoye, investigates claims of police high-handedness, unlawful incarceration, and abuse of power by both the police and the judiciary. Let's take a look at this report.
Victory Tisa and her mother, Juliet Adi, are battling with what they have come to describe as police high-handedness in the investigation of the defilement of Victory twice by one man.
She was raped in my mother's place. They used to call him Brother Blessing. On that fateful day, he sent her an errand. After she come back to deliver the thing he asked her to go and buy, he now raped my daughter. I now reported this matter at Ajoromi police station. He started begging. He started kneeling down. He held my leg, was holding her cloth, was begging the both of us. And the DPO was recording it. When the boy was talking, when the boy was begging us, the DPO was recording everything. The IPO, she now called me that I should just take 200,000 and let the matter die. I said 200,000 to let the matter die. I now come to meet the DPO. I said, take the matter to court. He said, I will not tell him what to do. It is him that is going to do what he's going to do.
According to Juliet Adi, the DPO at the time, Peter Obami, promised to do all within his powers to see that she regrets questioning his authority.
In the night, I was just coming out from the bedroom. I heard more. We now see that it was this boy, him, his girlfriend, and his friend with a policeman with arm. He said, I'm under arrest. I said, under arrest for what? He said that we beat this boy. I said, where you take see me? I'm not coming back from the shop. How? Getting there. The DPO said they should just lock us up without asking any question, no nothing.
The policemen came to arrest us. They didn't ask questions. They just saw me and took me. They asked, are you the one? No investigation, no nothing. So when they came, my brother was not around. They took us to the station. They said, if you can provide my younger brother, they'll release me. I spent 5 days. My brother came in. I spent another 7 days in Kirikiri. After spending 5 days in the cell, I spent 7 days in Kirikiri.
That day, they took us to Kirikiri. We spent another 6 days in Kirikiri with beating, with torture.
Barrister Olumide Omoshebi is a rights advocate. For him, this is a complete perversion of justice.
Gross miscarriage of justice, and this is an indictment on both judiciary and the police. I think the proper thing would be to let this come out to light and let everybody, let their conscience, let the law, let humanity, from all angles, from morality to humanity to law, on all counts, this is gross miscarriage and an abuse of power by both the police and by that particular magistrate.
Victory, her mother, and the entire family continue to cry out as they hope to find justice someday. For News Central, Marshal Anthony Onoye.
Very, very sad story there, but here in the studio we do have our guest joining us. First off is News Central's investigative journalist, Marshal Anthony Onoye, who joins us here live in the studio. Marshal, thanks for being here. We also have joining us today families of the victim who are here with us as well. I'm going to mention their names very quickly. Better still, would also... Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is the mother of Juliet Adi, and we have her uncle, Bright Stanley. Thank you very much for joining us. I think before we get into the conversation, first of all, I wanted to say thank you. When I saw that video, the first thing I thought is, they're so brave. So thank you for believing your daughter. Thank you for speaking up for your daughter, and thank you for fighting for her. What happened?
Let me just say it quickly. My daughter was 12 I was not even in Lagos State. They came to my mother's place to come and spend holidays because we're based in Bayelsa State. Every holidays, I do bring them. I'm a single mother.
In the case of defilement, her daughter was defiled by one man, and she then reported the matter to the police station in Ajeromi Felodun, in Ajegunle there. And when the matter was reported, eventually a search was put out for the young man, and he was arrested. When he was apprehended, he allegedly confessed, according to what they told us, that the young man confessed to the crime, and it was recorded, with the DPO at the time recorded it on his phone. Eventually, days went by, and the family of the young man offered them 2 million in compensation. I think he would attest to that. Bright, you want to speak on that?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, speak up. Okay, so when we go to the station, after we made arrest to the boy, unknown to us, without informing us, the DPO released the boy. So one of the family member of the boy got 2 million, that we should collect 2 million. We said no. Then later, the IPO who is in charge of the case said that we should just collect 200,000. Meanwhile, these people, why they are telling us we should collect this money, because they know we don't have people, we cannot fight them. So they just want to oppress us, doing all sorts of things. Even when we got to the station, we were complaining that why would they release the boy without our notice. The DPO flogged my nephew. Yes, he flogged him out of the office. Yes, we that make the complaint, we that made the arrest, we haven't been oppressed by the DPO. The DPO was insisting that, okay, he would decide if the case will go to court or not, that we cannot do anything about it. He drove us like it was always oppressing us. So we discovered that we couldn't get justice. So me myself, I went on here and I went to Twitter and make a report. I had to report, and it was called. When they called the DPO, he denied it. So anytime they call him, ask him about the case, he will deny it. He has denied it. He hasn't come out and say anything about it.
Then eventually they got involved in a scuffle. Your nephew, and that's Victory. Victory is the victim of the defilement. She was actually defiled twice by this same young man, who at the time was not a teenager. He was 28 years.
He was 24 by then.
He was 24. She was 12 and he was 24 at the time. Now that fight that ensued between her elder brother and the defiler was what was reported to the police station by the defiler, leading up to the police swapping their house and getting them arrested. They arrested him, the uncle, who just arrived at their house that night, the mother, and the young man who was involved in the fight was at work at that night. The policemen came to arrest them. And so when they took them to the station, they had said, look, you will stay instead of the young man who was involved in the fight. When he comes tomorrow, we would release you. So they mounted pressure on the young man to come. That's their brother. And when he eventually came, they detained the 3 of them in the police cell for how long?
5 days. So they locked you, they locked mommy, and then they locked
the one who was
the younger brother to Victory.
Yes.
They locked them up in prison for 5 days.
For 5 days. And eventually, they were arraigned in court. Quickly tell us about the court. At the end of the 5 days of detention, how did you go to court and Kirikiri?
When people sent us to court, it was like, okay, we are going to go to jail. So when we go to court, the first judge who judged the case, judged it to our favor, because we brought all the evidence, we told her what happened. So he said that, okay, we just provide some basic things and go home. So we are so happy now. We went home, we are free, we are safe. Only for us.
Mind you, the case in court was 2 fighting.
Yes.
It wasn't about sexual assault.
No, it wasn't about assault.
It
It was a
changed.
case of fighting. So go ahead.
So the first judge now, she judged the case and she said we should go home, we are free, all of that. So when we went to the next day, this new judge called us back that it's our case, that one cannot, the first judge cannot decide for her. So he brought us back. He didn't even say anything. She just took us to jail.
When she brought you back, did she start the case afresh?
She didn't
Did
do
she-
anything.
They didn't hear them at all.
They didn't hear you at
She didn't hear
all.
We
us.
don't
Just
even
because-
see her in person.
We didn't see her
She just sent us to Kirikiri
for 7 days.
for 7 days, that the same day. Even when I was in Ajuromi police station, I thought maybe I was going to die. Because where they are, there was some boys with them. Where I am, it's just only me one day. And somebody was coming to come and check on me every night, every midnight. And thank God, because God was who He is. I was always alert. I said, the way this man is looking at me, I don't like it. He will be peeping at me. He will now stand straight. I said, does he want to come and kill me? For what I don't even know. My daughter was writing Echo in Agbara. She has to leave Okwa for that night to come to Ajuromi to come and meet this man, beg this man, holding his leg to let her mothers go. This man kicked her out of the Ajuromi police station. That was around after 11 in the night. The following day she came back to come and beg this boy that defied her to let her mother go.
She begged the boy.
The boy now was calling her names. If that is not enough, when we are even in that Ajuromi cell, he came, he was boasting that thank God now we are inside Ajuromi cell. Because he just came to this virgin, he was telling the elder brother that because I disvirgin your younger sister, is that why you are coming to come and fight me? Now we will see who will go to jail. That 25 million, you guys are going to give it to me. Say 25 what? That we will give it to him. That him, he can walk freely. But let's see how me, my family, my children will walk free. Until tomorrow, the boy is still boasting about it.
Well, so you might wonder why the case took a turn and saw them, remanded in Kirikiri. Bright tells me that the DPO and the judge who remanded them in Kirikiri share a very close relationship that goes way back to their childhood days. Bright, you want to talk about that?
When we do our findings, we discover that the judge and the DPO, they are close friends. The judge and the DPO who charged the case, who took us to court, they are very, very close friends.
How did you know this?
Because, when we got to the judge, the first judge told us, even our lawyer too, they were using before, also told us that the judge and the DPO, because the judge handed over, it wasn't her that took the case at first. So the DPO took the case to her directly. Even now, we are trying to find a way whereby we can just remove the case from hand to another judge. Or even the DPO too should come out, let him come out, let him speak. If we are lying, if we are not saying the truth too, I'm calling him out today. He can, if he's able to see me, to hear me, let him come out and say his own side of the story.
Do we have names?
Yes.
Yeah.
His name is Peter Obami.
So DPO Peter.
Obami, yes.
Yeah,
Let him
he's
come
no
out.
longer a DPO anyway.
Oh, okay. He's been elevated?
No, so he's moved away from being the DPO of Ajuromi. Now, we tried to reach out to him. You'd see in the the documentary, you'd see that we tried to reach out to him, asking him about this particular case. And we asked him to give us some particulars that we wanted and also his own side of the thing. But he denied knowing the case, and even when I sought to know where he is currently serving, the police formation where he serves, he said he couldn't disclose that to us, and I was wondering why. I mean, a serving policeman wouldn't, despite identifying myself, to him, making it clear who I was, and he opted not to disclose his location to us. So we currently do not know where he serves and in what capacity that he is currently serving. But we do know that he's still in the police force.
Have the police said anything about this?
So we went up to the state CID where the case of fighting was then charged to court because he, transferred the case to the state CID. Yes, and what we heard was that the person who was alleged to have defiled was set to have no case to answer.
Yes.
The legal department of the Nigerian police was the one that came up with that report. How they came up with that report, we do not know. And because they said it was still in court, that they couldn't speak on the matter, we should just go report what is being done in court.
Can you tell us the name of the man that you say defiled your daughter?
His name is Blessed Akonishe.
Blessed Azonuchi.
Azonuche, sorry.
All right, Blessed Azonuche.
Azonuche, yes.
Where is Blessed Azonuche now? Do we know where he is? Because I heard you say earlier that he's still making boasts.
Yes, he's living at, I think, number 13, number 136.
No,
Okay, don't need
Let's spell his address. But he's in Lagos, right?
He's in Ajegule there. We do see him every day. But presently, right now, I don't even know. Me and my family, we cannot walk freely because we are afraid of the unknown. Because we don't know what will happen next. We don't go out freely. We cannot associate freely. We cannot even attend to maybe neighbors' party or whatever. Like we, 8 o'clock, maximum 8 o'clock. If I don't see you at home, I will be calling, where are you? Please come back to the house. Come to the house.
Just to clarify, how long ago did this happen?
The defilement happens in 2021 and 2022, everything started.
The arrest.
The arrest and all the rest. And 2023, this one happens.
The one of the fighting?
2023.
Right.
And then the court case is also from 2023.
Yes.
And is the matter still in court?
Yes.
Still in court. As of yesterday, a day before yesterday,
On the 11th
they went to court.
And what was the last update?
It's been adjourned
That's
to
been done
a new date.
to 23rd of next month.
July.
July 2023.
Okay. Now let's come back to the person who unfortunately has had to deal with all of this. The trauma of being abused, the trauma of having to apologize to her abuser, the trauma of having to beg for her family. How is Victory Tessa?
I don't even know. Initially, Victory was traumatized. You can imagine when something happened to you and whenever you say anything around you, you'll be afraid. My mother was telling me, hold her. Even when she's going to ease herself, hold her. She's going, and even if she wants to eat, hold her. Because she doesn't even know her right from her left. She was traumatized until we took her to Warif. Victory was going to Warif from the very first day. Jeremy asked us to go to there. Thank God the doctor in charge, she has a patient for her. She was just talking to her, counseling her every day, every day. It was just a freeze. Even in her studies, if not that God is God, Victory couldn't have even come out with anything. Because she's not focused.
What was the time difference between the first abuse and the second abuse?
It's not even long. I don't think maybe it's even up to 2 or 3 weeks.
And did she tell you the first time?
No.
She couldn't, even the first and second, because anytime the boy sees her, he'll be threatening her. Because
So let me just summarize for you. So the first and second, she didn't tell the mother because they had come from Bayelsa for a vacation, and when this defilement happened, it was until she returned home to her father that she was able to tell her father's wife, that's her stepmother, that this was what happened to me while I was at my grandma's place in Lagos. And so because the father and her are, on a dispute, they're currently suing for, yes. So he leveraged on that to call her out, and also reported that in their family court where they're currently sitting and trying to get custody, and that was when she then found out that the daughter was raped, while she was in her custody. And she then decided to report to the police station and start the entire investigation
went up to a reef that went ahead to confirm that she was actually defiled. You went to a reef and they told you she was defiled?
Yes, severally.
Yeah. So she didn't know about it initially.
So what do you want? I'll start with you, Bright, and then I'll come to you, ma'am.
I want justice. Secondly, I want to be free because I'm innocent. You know, case like this, after everything, the DPO and the judge is still insisting that I should go and beg the boy. Meanwhile, they went to the house, but me, I stood on my ground and said, I'll never beg someone for a crime I did not commit because I didn't fight with him. Even that time, I was even in school when the whole incident happened. I wasn't even in Lagos. So I got into the incident because, unfortunately, I came to the house that day. So what I want is justice. If he can be walking freely and he committed a crime, and we didn't do anything, we are paying for it. So I want I want justice.
Okay.
All right. And for you, what do you want? What would justice look like for Victory Tissa?
I want justice for Victory and for my family. I want us to work according to my younger brother. I want to be working freely like the victim. Can you imagine?
Or like the abuser?
Sorry, like the abuser. Me, that my daughter was being defiled. I'm the one that has been, I'm afraid to even walk on the streets. Because I don't, even when we were in court, even when we were in court that day, somebody was videoing me. My mother was telling me, this guy is videoing you. I said, he's not videoing me. My mother said, this guy is videoing you. I said, no. Until now, it was after now, and I know that truly that guy was videoing me. I don't know what he wants to do with it.
All right. If you'd allow me, I'd like them to talk about their experience in Kirikiri when they were remanded. I mean, this is the mother of the person who was defiled, but the person who fought was remanded with them quite all right. But it doesn't make any sense to have the mother and this other young man whom they picked from the house detained for 6 days and then remanded in Kirikiri maximum
Okay,
prison.
so please tell us about it.
I went to Kirikiri. It was not funny. I didn't even pray for my enemy to be in that Kirikiri. Mostly the innocent ones. We are being beaten. We are asked to dig. They call it, locally they call it sock away. You have to pack those things there. You know, you will not eat.
By those things, you're talking of poop.
The waste, yes. And those things you will not eat. Okay, can you ask what kind of food they don't want to give you in Kirikiri? How much more before you pack in those things, before you eat? You can imagine. My younger brother and my son was paid.
Right. You want to talk about your experience?
Like when we were in Kirikiri prison, one would just go to the prison immediately. They took off our clothes, took our belts, collected our money. When we get into the prison, our own prison, the marshal inside, they used to call the marshal, said we should bring money. Well, because we don't have money, that's at that time now. I didn't give him money, so they started beating me inside prison, started slapping me. You know, we sit side by side. See the way we see, the place was very congested. Even people who have tuberculosis, who have other diseases, they were there, we were coughing. The food too, couldn't even eat. So if you don't pay money, you will not beat. They will take you outside.
You pay money?
Yes.
How much?
From 5,000 upward. They will give you a phone that you have to call people outside, the phone and account number to send money. That's what the marshal normally do. So if you don't comply, they'll take you outside to the soccer where the sewage asks you to build all the pool inside yourself. It was very, very terrible. Now imagine how big the sewage is.
What were you using to pack the
buckets? They give you buckets and
your bare hand.
Your bare hands, yes, without clothes, without slippers, nothing.
And why this sort of aligns with what we've heard on this show when Quadri Alabi came here to share his testimony, his experience when he was behind bars wrongfully. He said that he was asked to pack poop as well. It's really sad. We want victory. We want justice for Victory Tissa. There's so many organizations and bodies here that have questions to answer. The correctional facilities have questions to answer because of this level of irresponsibility, you know, it has questions to answer. We also have the police. The police have a lot of questions to answer. the judiciary have questions to ask.
I think we're going to, I mean, great job done by Marshall. Marshall, thank you so much. I mean, we share our condolences with you, madam, and of course, the young man.
Sorry.
Yeah,
so sorry
for everything. And we hope that now that we're, shining the light on this issue, it will get the needed action, especially from those whom should actually handle this situation. But thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. And in case Victory is watching, just to say to Victory that you are such a brave girl, and we're so proud of you for fighting for yourself, for telling this story, and you are speaking up for yourself and millions of other women who have to unfortunately deal with abuse. It's not a responsibility that you should deal with. Unfortunately, this is the reality that we're faced with, but we will continue to do all that we can here to speak up for justice for you, and we're so sorry that you've had to deal with, go through what you've gone through. We're so sorry. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.